All right, let's take a look at our nonfiction section. This is one of my favorite parts of Usborne Books and More. I think that our nonfiction is some of the best on the market because we bring to you just the best information, but you'll notice in Usborne Books, it's brought to you in bite-sized chunks that kids love to devour. And that was one thing about Peter Usborne. He wanted his books to be edible. He wanted them to be books that kids would want to eat up and just to get inside and to enjoy over and over. So let's take a look here. This is one of my favorite series. This is the Look Inside, and this is Look Inside How Things Work. This is one that goes inside their little heads because it has 70 different flaps that you can open and take a look at how things work. This book is all about how things work. Many things work using forces, such as pushing and pulling. Some machines need energy to work, such as electricity. So all of that vocabulary is going to be found right in here. For example, here's a little flap that says, a lever is a beam or rod that tilts on a point. And then it shows the tilting point. And under the flap, it says, when one side of the lever is pushed down, it forces the other side up. I want to go higher. One little example. Here is an example of how things work on the road, different machines and ways to travel, how things work in the sea and sky, how things work in your house. For example, how do house lights and power sockets work? The lights and power sockets in a house work using electricity. First, electricity is created in a power plant. It's sent to houses through wires over long distances. Wires then carry electricity into the house. Around the house, building sites, farm machines. You can see why little guys and gals would love to get inside how things work. This is one of the books in this series called 1000 Things, and this one is the newest one, 1000 Things Under the Sea. When I first got this book, I tried it out on one of my friend's kiddos, who was just 4 at the time, thinking, not sure that they're going to love this, because to me, it just showed a lot of things. And there wasn't really information about those things, but I found out that this was actually his favorite book, and he used this book for quite a few years. It does have all of those individual things, but the pictures are bright and they're inviting, and they actually make you, or might make you, want to do a little research and find out more about a blue ribbon eel or a clown triggerfish. Every page has different things. This one is near the coast. Seabirds. Oh, and snakes and turtles. Warm waters. Cold waters. Chilly seas. And all of those things. A follow-up to this one is the 199 things to the seaside. Things at the seaside. And this one is going to be the same concept, but on a little lower level, with a fewer pages, fewer pictures on each page. In the tide pool, seaside shop, on the cliffs, on the pier. So packed with all kinds of things to discover at the seaside, or on the beach, or on those cliffs. This book has enthralled both my 15-year-old daughter and I. This one is the Big Book of Numbers, and you are going to find in this book so much information as you're teaching those simple numbers, like the number 1, and you'll find out about a one-man band, about a monocle, about a unicycle. The Cyclops had one eye, but the page that drew us in as we were reading was the number 7. And this is why. My 15-year-old daughter was reading this book, and she said, "Mom, this is a book about numbers to teach little ones, but look what you can learn here." And it talks about the 7 natural wonders of the world, the modern wonders. People around the world voted for which places should be the 7 wonders of the modern world. The results were announced on July 7th, 2007, or 777. And we were reading about the Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, the Colosseum in Italy, Petra, an ancient city in Jordan, Chichen Itza Pyramid in Mexico, the Great Wall of China, and then the statue of Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. And what we found was that statue of Christ the Redeemer is found in multiple books throughout our new books. So that was even interesting for a 15-year-old. The Book of Comparisons. This is the last one I'm going to show you today, and it is amazing. This is sizing up the world around you. Did you know that you could fit 2 soccer teams on the tongue of a blue whale? Check that, try that one out on your kiddos. It starts at the very beginning. I love how this one, it doesn't even waste a second. The first page in shows you this ugly beast, and it says this Goliath bird-eating spider is shown here at its actual size. Its leg span is 11 inches, about the size of a large dinner plate, and bigger than my hand. And then the page right after that, check out these little guys. It says these pygmy possums from Tasmania are shown here at their actual size, just 2 inches long. 2 of them, one on top of the other, would still be shorter than a teaspoon. And this entire book is filled with comparisons. How big things are and comparing them to things around you. What a great way to learn. Human dimensions, water world. There's undersea life again. Prehistoric proportions. So much information and so many details and facts that your little knowledge lover might love to eat up. That is just a little look at the nonfiction. We obviously have much more. I hope you take a look inside.